In the top stories, the diesel subsidy to the transport sector ends on April 1st. UE officials disappointed with regional government support for the open campus, and West Indies gearing up for their first match of the ICC World 2020 Championship. Welcome to Nation News for Friday, March 21st. I'm Natasha Beckles.
At Courts, every day we bring affordability, convenience, innovation, and style to over 1 million customers in 11 countries. From homes to communities, we are proud to make a difference in the lives of many across the region. Courts, bringing value home.
Come Tuesday, April 1st, the diesel subsidy to public service vehicles and the Transport Board will be discontinued, and the Transport Board will no longer be used as a fueling facility for PSVs. This was revealed in a statement issued today by the Ministry of Energy, which indicated that PSVs and the Transport Board will now have to purchase diesel inclusive of excise tax. The diesel subsidy was established nearly 6 years ago as a price offset and excise tax waiver for the productive and transport sectors. The ministry has indicated that the waiver to manufacturers, farmers, and fishermen will remain in place. Barbados' pension structure looks sound, but there are still unpredictable factors which could be problematic. Individuals are therefore being advised to be in tune with proper investment routes. Director of Insurance and Pensions at the Financial Services Commission, Randy Graham, said Barbados had one of the highest coverage rates in the world, but an aging population, low birth rate, and the current economic climate could negatively impact the structure. He was speaking this morning after Royal Fidelity's annual breakfast seminar at Hilton Barbados. Managing Director of Samdor Services Limited, Gregory Hinkson, gave a brief address, noting that workers needed to be more flexible as they seek to secure a comfortable life after retirement.
There's been talk about a fourth pillar, and as we go older, working longer might become our so-called fourth pillar of income after retirement. We have to realize our income will vary during our lifetime, and we do have to become flexible in accepting part-time or multiple jobs and adjusted career path and matching earnings when working well past the age of retirement.
The governor of the Central Bank of Barbados says while many in Barbados are passionate about agriculture, the reason why it is not doing well is because no viable economic model for the sector exists. Dr. Dilal Warrell was delivering the feature address at a Barbados Association of Insurance and Financial Advisors event at the Lloyd Erskine Sandifer Center, when he explained that the agriculture sector involves too many risks which are not on par with the returns.
Scale economies, you invest in things and then you don't get a return and stuff like that, greedy larceny, So there are just too many problems, but there are a lot of people who really would like to make it happen. And many people who have gone out of their way to get involved. But it's very hard to make a decent living in agriculture, really hard.
Vice-Chancellor of the University of the West Indies, Professor Nigel Harris, today expressed disappointment over the level of support regional governments are giving the university's open campus. Addressing a meeting of the Open Campus Council at Accra Beach Hotel and Spa, Harris said the institution had not received the sort of support UE leaders had anticipated from Caribbean governments, in an apparent reference to a shortfall in government funding. Earlier, Principal of the Open Campus, Professor Hazel Simmons MacDonald, told the meeting that at the end of July 2013, there was a government funding shortfall of $44 million. She, however, pointed out that over the years, the campus had been reducing its reliance on funds from the government by raising money from various sources, including new programs and grants from international agencies. We go across the region now. There may be concern about the direction in which the Barbados economy is going. But that didn't stop leaders of St. Lucia's United Workers' Party from paying a 3-day visit to the island to seek assistance with their own economy. Political leader Alan Chastney and his deputy Dr. Gail Rigobert met with both public and private sector stakeholders to get some insight into the way forward for that Eastern Caribbean country. Dr. Rigobert said the trip was an insightful one, which highlighted the shortcomings of the St. Lucia Labour Party and provided policy prescriptions for the economic woes facing the country. CARICOM countries are being urged to establish regional standards for clear, consistent food labeling, while also banning or at least limiting the marketing of unhealthy foods and beverages to children. The recommendations are contained in an 80-page report released at the 2nd Annual International Conference on Non-Communicable Diseases of Children and Adolescents, which ended in Trinidad and Tobago today. The report notes that while most Caribbean countries have played a significant role globally in advancing the response to non-communicable diseases, there are no national policies against advertising unhealthy foods to children or against the harmful use of alcohol. In sport, the West Indies cricket team will be playing its opening match on Sunday against India in the ICC World T20 Championship, and in-form all-rounder Dwayne Smith says the team is ready to defend its title.
I think, as I said, 2020 is a funny game, but we have our players that are the senior guys have played all around the world, and we've played with the majority of the players that we are going to play against. So I'm sure that we have the experience and we can use it, and I'm sure we will come up.
Smith adds, the team simply has to ensure it plays to its full potential, knowing that with Chris Gayle and himself at the top, it automatically adds more pressure to the opposing teams. Barbados are set to extend their long-standing rivalry with Trinidad and Tobago when they play host in the 4th round of the Regional 4-Day Championship, which goes off tomorrow at Kensington Oval. TNT boasts a perfect 2-0 record in the tournament to date and will be in high spirits after pulling off a massive innings victory over the Leeward Islands at Queen's Park Oval in the last round. Barbados, in contrast, have won just one of their 3 matches and will be keen on taking some crucial points from this contest. Barbados have an enviable record in this format against TNT, boasting 4 victories over the last 2 years. And finally, officials at a British school say they are doing away with teachers' use of red pens in favor of a green and purple ink system. Sarah Davey, principal of Monks Bay Academy, says teachers will be marking and leaving comments on student work with green pens, and students will be asked to respond to the feedback using purple ink. A lot of primary schools are already using a similar system amazingly well, and I think it was felt that red ink was a very negative color, she said. And that's Nation News for Friday, March 21st. I'm Natasha Beckles. Do enjoy your weekend.